Man, what an exciting and fun weekend that it was for all the boxing fans that tuned into that Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios fight. It was a fight to for sure see, man. I felt like they both wanted to come out there and prove something. Keith Thurman really wanted to prove that he's still the same Keith Thurman and he can beat all the top guys at 147. Mario Barrios wanted to prove that he can compete with all the top 147 fighters. And honestly, you know, he didn't get knocked out. He survived the whole entire thing, and he still was walking down Keith Thurman pretty much the whole entire fight, which that showed that he literally has a lot of heart. He has a warrior spirit, and he just doesn't want to give up at all. So that's a really good thing about him. I like that about him a lot, and he's a really good fighter. You can't take that away from him at all. But you know, the Keith Thurman came out on top. He was landing a bunch of really good shots. You know, you can obviously see that it was almost one-sided the whole entire fight. Keith Thurman pretty much won almost every single round. Man, and it was crazy because my last video I said that pretty much that it would probably take Keith Thurman around 4 rounds max to go ahead and get warmed up and get back in rhythm and start feeling good inside of the ring. And it was crazy because literally after the 4th round, one of the commentators was saying that it looks like he's starting to feel good now. It looks like he's starting to get in rhythm. So that got me pretty excited because that was one of my predictions for the fight, that it would take around that time for Keith Thurman to warm up and start feeling good inside, start feeling good. And he literally was landing good shots, hooks, power, you know, good power shots. He showed that he still got speed. He's still the same Keith Thurman, man. I felt like for Mario Barrios, he probably should have fought someone else. Since it was his first fight in 147, he probably should have fought someone else. You know, instead of Keith Thurman. I know Keith Thurman, that he hasn't been in the ring for about almost 3 years. Even though that, man, he's still Keith Thurman. He's still a very good fighter, and he still can compete at the top level of boxing. You know that for a fact. And I feel like Keith Thurman is really gonna, you know, prove that he's still that guy at 147. If he does fight Terrence Crawford, he does fight Errol Spence. Those are the 2 fights I really want him to go ahead and get done, because those fights can literally go either way, and that's just gonna be a great fight for all the boxing fans for sure. So for some of the things I feel like most of those fighters can work on, we can start off with Keith Thurman first. I feel like Keith Thurman could really work on, he was talking about it too, but just being working on more explosiveness, because he hurt Mario Barrios, right? He had him stumble, and he could have, if he was a little bit more explosive, he can really just go ahead and start throwing a bunch of powerful combinations to go ahead and just end the fight early. But as you see, as he fights, you know, he's a strong fighter, right? But I feel like he has more endurance instead of, you know, explosiveness, which obviously you need endurance in boxing, because literally if you have a championship fight, you're about to fight for 12 rounds, 3 minutes. That's a very long time. So that's a good thing for sure, that he has a lot of endurance, because for champions, they need that for sure. But he can't work on that explosiveness, because literally, if he works on that explosiveness, just imagine what type of fighter he's really about to turn into, because he's already good. So if he adds that to his arsenal, or just like to the type of fighter he is, man, it's gonna be over. I really feel like he's gonna take. It's like he's just gonna be on top again, which I still feel like he can still be on top right now, but man, I really feel like it's game over if he adds more explosiveness. For Mario Barrios, I feel like he needs to work more, just be same thing with Keith Thurman, you know, getting a little bit more powerful, and also using his height and reach a little bit more, you know, because as you've seen with the smaller fighters, Gervonta Davis, Keith Thurman, they were able to get inside and start landing shots. good shots that they needed to land to win the fight. So I feel like he just needs to start using his reach and height a little bit more, right? And keeping them at distance, because literally, unless like keeping them at distance, if it's a fighter that he knows he can win for sure because they're not that good, they're not really at his level, he can keep fighting the way that he is. But if he's gonna fight fighters like Keith Thurman, Gervonta Davis, where they can actually get in and start landing really good shots, he needs to, you know, work on keeping his fighters at distance and also his defense. Because if he can literally do those things, man, he's gonna be a really good fighter. He's really gonna be a problem at the 147-pound division if he really wants to, you know, be that guy in that division. So that's pretty much all I got for right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and just drop a video of my reactions to the highlights of the videos, because I just love that fight. That fight was really fun to watch, and I just love highlights too. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to keep tuning in, because I'm gonna keep making more videos for you guys. All right.